tuned in to the 2-Minute Warning, a live stream community conversation pertaining to social and political issues and how we can collectively resolve them. Powered by the Westside Gazette.
Good evening and welcome to the 2-Minute Warning. And we're going to have a good time tonight.
Yes, we are.
We're going to have a great time tonight. I was experiencing some technical difficulties, but I think we got it under control. I wanted to, first of all, say good evening to everybody and thank you for joining us. And as we move along through this, I got my sidekick here, who I'm not accustomed to.
Back in the saddle?
Yeah, in the saddle. So,
well, let's do this the right way. Welcome to the 2-Minute Warning, powered by the Westside Gazette, Broward County's oldest, boldest, blackest newspaper. And here, as our publisher and editor of the Westside Gazette, is Mr. Bobby Henry C.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. As we fuddle our way through this newness, thank you for being here, and we're gonna get this. We're gonna get it right. We got a very entertaining show tonight. Some authors with some life stories. So, without any further ado, let's see what's happening in the community. Let's go with that.
There's a number of things going on.
Let's do that.
I mean, we're at the end of this summer season. We're preparing to get back to school. We got all sorts of activities going on. Last week was all of this backpacking giveaways, and right now we're really moving forward into all the other activities, colleges, football season, and different events.
Yeah. Speaking of football season, let's what's going on with one of our old gridiron family outings. The Orange Blossom Classic.
Woo!
What's happening with that?
Man, just to say the name, the Orange Blossom Classic, I get flashbacks. I go back.
Yeah, I do too, man. That's the
man, I'm on 7th Avenue in Miami. As a young buck, 13, 14 years old, watching the Rattlers, watching the Marching 100 come down.
Points and drives.
I mean, the fanfare. Later, as I got older to experience the actual classic, being at the games, it was really an exciting event.
Yes, it was.
And that continues.
Yeah.
I mean, this generation now gets an opportunity to continue to experience.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the Rattlers and Howard's Bisons, that was, I don't know if it was the first classic, but right now it's coming up again. So there's some history here to be repeated. So as we get ready to kick off this season, let's do this right here.
We want to see some.
The 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Howard vs. FAMU, Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Whoop, there it is, boy. I'm pumped. I can't contain. You better hold me. I can't contain myself, man.
Now that's just it. But all the backdrop, the after parties, the different things that are going to be going on, all the Greeks coming down, all the alumni coming down. And it's huge.
Yeah, in spite of the political ramblings and all that other stuff going on, come on, folk. Come on out and let's support both of these HBCUs. And bring your kids so we can begin to reestablish that connection of what it is to be involved with the HBCUs. The blacker the college, the sweeter the knowledge.
Well, this is our opportunity to give back and support. Yeah. Even if you didn't go to an HBCU, you know somebody that went to me.
You missed it.
You missed it. You missed it. But you still get an opportunity to share that experience.
Yeah.
And the support. We all often say, man, y'all writing them checks, y'all sending money back. It's okay to say you went there, but what you doing now? What have you done lately
Yeah, that's all a part of it.
Yeah, and that's all a part of it.
Mhm. And as we continue, there's another activity, another event that's coming up. And I think, well, I believe, and I know that the community should come out and support this. This is one with the NOBLE, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. And it's kicking off with a memorial march. Now, this memorial march is in say that word for
Commemoration.
Thank you very much. In commemoration and commemorative of those officers who have died in the line of battle, if you will. And the march is going to be up in Pompano. It's going to be in Pompano. So they're trying to spread this event out over the cities and the other cities in Broward County. So you got Pompano, you got Fort Lauderdale, and you got Hollywood. But the Memorial March, if you can see on the screen, is Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So that's the march. So please, community, come out and let's support this.
And support, serve and protect. You know, many times we have mixed emotions about that, but when we really look at the big picture,
and we know if we were to look at the incident in Jacksonville where the policeman did what they did to that black young man, but those were other police officers. We really need to have a relationship with the police officer to get beyond this, so we don't find ourselves in situations where we don't have anybody to understand us.
I mean, Memphis, I mean, we can go on and on, but situations, but the bottom line is communication is important.
The other thing on Saturday evening is happening down at the Hollywood Diplomat. And this is where, again, Noble is having their national convention. And there are several activities going on. You can go online and look at the activities and be a part of it. Some of them you have to purchase tickets, and then there are those that are free to the public. But this particular event, the State of Black America, the public safety, from a public safety perspective, yours truly will be moderating a panel of some, I mean, these are some heavy hitters that will be on the panel, and I will be moderating the panel. So please come out Saturday evening. Yeah, and you can read about it in the West Side Gazette as well. But as we think about those who are in hierarchy of this noble organization and their positions and what are they there for, we need to come out and voice our concerns so they know that we know what they need to be doing to develop, if you will, this relationship. You know, we don't have to say too much about Madeline Campbell. That lady, that sister, is a hard civil rights labor person. So she's on the panel, and then we got this brother who is from Arizona. He is the boy. I can't. My mind is filled with a lot of other stuff. But there are some heavyweights. The sister from Washington D.C., the first black female police chief, she'll be there. She'll be on the panel as well. Then we have our own from Memorial Hospital. So we're going to tackle and talk about education, mental health, of course, the policing, as well as this new stuff, this AI stuff that's coming up.
As well as, you know, this institution that's attacking everybody. So we got to be there. We have to get engaged right about it. So no reason not to.
No, so please go online at their website. If that flyer could be put back up, and take note of all the different events and how to get engaged. We also have our two high school interns who will be covering this event. So this will be their opportunity to actually be engaged from a professional standpoint of journalism. So I'm proud to mention that and to have them to do this.
Yeah, because they were on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
Absolutely.
Give us hope, right?
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
All right, and what you got going on, man?
What's happening? There's some things going on. There's some events going on.
Before you gonna do that?
Yeah, the black men.
Yeah, the black man.
Yeah. So we got some events coming up that's gonna really get men to talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say this event is called Black Men and Men Alliance.
Does that mean light-skinned men too?
No, it's everybody, man.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a tri-county
Mhm.
event.
Okay.
Now, it's going to be held at my lobby, but this truly is not a church event. This is where we come together as men in a safe space
Mm-hmm.
to talk, to communicate, to hear and listen to what Black men are going through, and have professionals there to continue to move the conversation
Okay.
in reference to mental health, just everything that we're going through.
Okay.
And under this new administration,
Yeah. We need all
man,
the
we got to stick together stronger than ever before.
Steve's.
And if we don't come together,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean everybody, I'm talking about Pookie now, I'm talking about
Pookie and
Bishop, everybody needs to,
Everybody.
you know somebody
Everybody.
that's in the margins, that's on the edges, that just needs some direction, maybe needs some mentorship. If you just in that comeback stage where you fell off for a minute and now you back, everybody.
Hey man,
needs
that's
to
a
be
good
there.
point. But I wish you wouldn't have said that just then. That's a good segue into this show
We
tonight.
can move on
But
into
no, you got some. You want to do the current some things?
Man, we ready to move
Well,
on.
let's do that. What you just said. Say that one more
Yeah,
time.
man. So if you fallen off and now you back,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because this happens to all of us. I used to hear, word on the street, but I lost it, I made it, I make it again. You know,
Here we go.
You know how we talk.
All right, here we go.
And this is where we are.
That's right.
This
Bring
is
it back.
reality,
There you go.
right?
There you go.
There's nothing more honest than just telling the truth and saying, hey, man, I made some mistakes in life, but now I've been able to rebound from that. I've learned, I'm wiser,
Reaching.
I'm stronger.
Here we go.
And by the grace, I'm still here.
See, you about to tell the whole show. All right, here we go. And welcome to our viewers. I see you on the screen. I see Sonia, I see Betty, I see Terry. And Terry, if you notice what I'm drinking from, and we'll talk about that later, but this is one of her projects. This is deep, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, and I see who we got down there. I see Karma, I see Natasha, I see Ari. So the audience is building, so thank you very much. Here we go. The title of our program is Second Wind, Purpose, Power, and the Push for Legacy. Welcome to the 2-minute warning, where time is short, but truth is sharp. This week, we're flipping the script on what it means to grow older, to lead deeper, and to make your mark, not in your youth, but in your second half. Tonight's show is inspired by David K. Jackson, his empowering book, Life in the Second Half. We're asking, what will you do when the world thinks your game is over, but you know you're just getting started? And joining that conversation is the powerful legacy of Brother Anthony Eboney Davis. He's a former council president, a mentor, and an HBCU advocate who has used his second half to serve, to educate, and uplift the generation. Together, these voices remind us it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So let's bring on our guests. Okay, as we bring them on camera, I want to tell you, I want to ask them, each one of them, to tell us who they are. I mean, Ebony and Bro Jack, we only got a few minutes, so let's condense this thing. I know, Bro Jack, you can talk. So we want you to tell us who you are, and also what were 3 defining moments in your life that led you to writing your books, and who was it that inspired you to do it? So let's do some initials here. Brother Davis, you first. You're D. What's happening, man? Mm-hmm.
Not much, man. How you doing, good brother?
We're great, man. We're great. Mm-hmm.
Glad to have
Thank you. Yeah.
So you want me to start now?
Yeah, please.
So my name is Anthony Eboney Davis. I am a city former councilman in Paterson, New Jersey. I've been elected for 18 years until I found myself going away. And just in the short story, and I mean, just, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I am a mentor who love the youth, and I'm an advocate of education as well as youth, and particularly Black men. I work and I mentor here in the city of Patterson, in New York City, in the Bronx, and in Philadelphia and Chester, Pennsylvania. Those are 4 places that I mentor, and I continue to do that. Going back, I am known for me taking buses, 2 to 3 buses to HBCU for urban students, teaching them, showing them, getting them out just to see what a HBCU is. And I've been successful with that. I've done that about 25 years, and they're calling, asking for it to come back in demand. So I'm thinking about doing that again. It's just a lot of timing, which I love giving time to my community and the youth. With that, if there are any other questions, I'll answer, but I yield with that.
Okay, very good. I was hoping that you might go a little deeper so we'll know you know what you're talking about. But our next guest, Brother David Jackson, what's happening? You're muted. Okay, Ebony, oh, there you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Again, good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good
Brett
evening.
Henry.
Mm-hmm. We're well.
Oh, a little about myself. David Jackson, born and reared in Montgomery, Alabama. We consider Montgomery home. My parents were military, so we traveled quite a bit. Spent 3.5 years in Germany. Went to high school there at Wurzburg High School. Attended Kissinger American School. Came back to the States. Matriculated through Jefferson Davis High School here in Montgomery, Alabama. After that, joined the Marine Corps. Of course, this is all centered and geared around life in the second half, which is the book. And the question that Brett Henry asked earlier, what inspired me to write Life in the Second Half? Life. As we get further into the interview, you'll discover, if you read the book, I was born to teenage parents. And I tell Brett Henry all the time, Brett Ebb, that in those days, pray for me if you will, excuse my ebonics, but children didn't raise children. And so my grandparents were key roles and key role models in my life, and their influence governs and guides me even to this hour. And it's one of the more amazing things that I like to share with people, that of course as a book expresses, it's not about your first half or what happened yesterday. Today is your second half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. And Brother Jack, you said something. Children don't raise children, and I want to back up, because this is where we're gonna get into this something. We're gonna bring our other hosts in to ask some questions. But what I wanted to know was what were 3 defining moments in your life that led you to write. Let's do 2. Give me 2 defining moments in your life that led you to writing your book. And Brother David, you're gonna get the same question, but let's go with you, Brother Jack.
One defining moment was having participated and having been selected as a member of the Marine Corps embassy program. We call it the MSG program. People would know it more readily as the embassy program. Having served on the embassy program, it instilled and kind of placed an exclamation point on the period that my grandfather had spoken in my life, that when you enter the room, you don't enter the room to be seen. If you arrive prepared and live up to the instructions and the guidance that you received at home, when you get there, they'll know you're there. And having said that, I had the blessing to be one of 32 Marines. Didn't realize it was an honor at the time, but we were selected to go to Moscow, Russia, to relieve guys that had been involved in a spy scandal. And it sort of set the tone for my life as an adult. And I think probably the second most monumental thing was entering into ministry. I tell the story all the time. In my younger days as a Marine, even 18, 19 years old, And there are probably a few friends that are tuning in tonight that would readily bear witness to the fact a lot of things that I could have dreamed of, hope of, thought of, perhaps coming, but ministry wasn't even in the conversation. But I share with people all the time as I conclude the answer to this question that I discovered in my second half that God doesn't choose to qualify. He qualifies who he chooses.
Very good. Okay, Brother Ebony, same question.
Real simple. The fact of the matter, by me going away to prison, was the defining moment for me right then and there. Leaving behind the youth who looked up to me and I mentor, leaving them behind, not being there for them. I mean, I'm an individual who I was on the right tracks all the time. It wasn't, and what happened was, I found myself turning 50, going to prison. When I haven't done anything, when I was a teenager, I mean, I walked that straight line, athlete, community person involvement. At the age of 50, I found myself going somewhere that I never wanted to go. And thank God it was prison, it wasn't jail, because I don't know what it is to be locked up or handcuffed. I yield.
Wow. Okay.
Well, Bobby, that really now rolls right into that second half, that comeback, that now not allowing our past to define our future. And you brothers bring it on. I mean, Brother Jackson, I mean, I just thank you for your service, first off. I had a roommate who was a sergeant in the Marines. He made sergeant at 19. They called him Sergeant Rock. And to understand what it means to be a Marine, and if I can use the term Jawhead, these guys are the president's men. They are on the front line. And to, as you said, not having any thought of being in ministry at that time and to find yourself where God has chosen you to be, I found that to be a privilege. I acknowledge you for that and your service. And Brother Davis, from what you're saying, I would like for you to just expound now on your second half, because we run into or find ourselves communicating with brothers who, for whatever reason, have had to, have found themselves in an awkward position, but have come back and now are ministering in that area.
Well, if I may, I would like to say and start off like this. When I got the news that I was going away, I call it downtime, God stepped in, because at that moment, quick, short moment, I thought about taking my life. And I told you that, and I might get a little emotional, so I want you to know that. And it's because, it's just because, I think about, God stepping in. When I got that information, again, I've never gone to jail. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what to expect. So after I got the information, I left the parking lot in my vehicle from 0 to 80 within 2 seconds, not knowing when I was going, driving over, wibbling. I could have ran into another car. I could have ran into anything. God had pulled my car over into an empty lot, and I cried like a baby. I couldn't talk to my sister. I couldn't talk to anyone. And then I talked to the gentleman who's my pastor now. God put it in his heart to call me. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was like on the phone, And he asked me, "Are you okay? What's going on? You all right?" And I couldn't say anything. I was stunned. And he said, "Come to my office right then and there." So I got myself together and went to his office and explained and told him. I don't know what made him call me. He was a community pastor. He was not my pastor at the time. I knew him. But God led me to him. And I tell you, man, that was it. So here it is. I found myself turning 50, getting ready to do some time. Now, the thing about it was, I went to prison. It was a camp. I don't care what anybody say, but you can't go outside like you want to. You can't use the bathroom when you want to. You can't eat when you. Everything is dictated, and you have to abide by rules. That's prison. That's the only thing. Now, here's the thing: the doors was open. There was no cell. I was in a cubicle. The first part, I was in two different roommates, and then my last half quarter, I was by myself as people would come in and leave. So that changed my life. And I promise God that once I get out of here and get over this, I won't look back. I will not be shamed. I will live for Christ. I will die for Christ. I know you can't tell me that there was God, but that's another story too, because in 2020 I got sick, and I ain't gonna go there, but we're talking about this part here. But those are the two things that made me. While I was there, something came up, and I got to write a book. Got to tell my story. So I thank God for allowing me to live and not commit suicide, and get out early enough where I can tell the story, so I can be a vehicle or a product. So I want to help anyone else not to fall on this trap, because it's out there a trap. One, being a black man, being a politician. Well, I wasn't a politician. I was a public servant, and I'm still a public servant. But they got it in for us. And to say this, anyone you know who went away, you find them to have 8, 10, 9 accounts. I had one account. And that's what landed me in. They said, I tried to extort some people, state commerce, which wasn't true. But they're gonna find anything to put you away. So if you have any questions, I'm just here to answer.
Well, we're right at the bottom of the hour, so we just want to encourage our viewers to go ahead and chime in, get involved with this conversation, and like and subscribe. But we're here.
I want to bring up Natasha Gordon.
Yes.
Yeah. This is one of our viewers and writers. Natasha says, being a Marine is tough enough. Lots of mind manipulation. It is a whole mental situation. I can't imagine what this man went through. So that's that. But now I want to go over to you, Bro Jack. Now you and I had a conversation, and I want you, being junior, right? Being junior. What is that? What does that entail? How did that come to be? How your family, your extensive family? Give us a little bit of that.
Well, as I shared, I was the firstborn grandchild on both paternal and maternal sides. I was named after my father, who's named after his father. In fact, I'm the fourth in the number of Davids. And again, my parents were teenagers. Both were enrolled in school at the time of my birth. And as I stated earlier, children, using correct vernacular, but children didn't raise children. And so my grandparents, drew a line and gave both my mother and father instructions. They were both going to complete their assignments, complete school. My father ended up in Vietnam. And so my grandfather and then you think about, in the book, I mentioned being the son of statistics, being born in the South, born to a teenage mother, an African-American male, born in the cradle of Confederacy, and I can go on and on and on. And part of my mother's testimony is that she was told verbatim, abort, put them up for adoption, on and on and on. And sidebar, if you will, I thought it was something that all mothers told children. baby, you had angels. When you were born, you had angels encamped around you. I thought it was something that mothers told their children. My mother reassured me later on. She said, no, you literally had angels around you when you were born. I was like, okay. And my grandfather made it a habit of telling me, you know, my grandfather was educated to the 3rd grade. And I told Brother Henry about his story, and I'll shift there in just a moment. But he made it very, very clear. Son, is something about you, and you're going to be something. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, who called me Junior, I told Brother Henry was born in Perry County, Alabama. And that little town, little city might not be familiar. I'll remind you or share with you that Coretta Scott King, I was related to my grandfather. Marion, Alabama is the name of the town. And my grandfather was born in 1912. Well, you figure 10, 15, maybe 20 years later, around 1921, a young man that my grandfather grew up with, played with as a boy, by now had become his overseer, supervisor, manager, if you will. They were working on the road gang, as they called it. A long story short, my grandfather, and anybody that knows me is going to get a chuckle out of this, is a very slow eater. He eats very, very slow. And I that's a trait that I received as well. Anyway, he was eating supper, and the supervisor, if you will, came and told them, boy, it's time for y'all to go back to work. Well, my great grandfather and my grandfather's uncles all went back to work. Well, my grandfather, you know, decided he was going to finish his meal. And by the time he was at the conclusion of his meal, the young man returned and said, boy, didn't I tell you to go back to work? Well, my grandfather took the handle out of a pit axe, and he commenced to doing, this had to be 1920, 1921, somewhere right in there. He was run out of town, and for years wasn't allowed to return to his hometown. It was probably about 15 to 20 years that he couldn't even see his mother, because they would have lynched him had they, found him, had sight of him. And to get him out of town, they hid him in the field. And here's where the story takes on its significance. My grandfather told the story for years, and I know it like the back of my hand, because he made sure that I knew who I was, the origins, who I come from. And he said, Junior, they hid me in a field. And he said, I don't know to this day how that man, it was a man with a dog. And he said, Junior, had the man's steps been a half foot shorter, he would have stepped on me. And I don't see how that dog did not, sniff me out. And he said, but the man stepped over him. The dog obviously ignored him for whatever reason. They put him in the back of a wagon, and they brought him to Montgomery, Alabama. And as the story would go, the rest is history. My uncle, my mother's brother, as a result of being related to Coretta, he left home at 16 years old as part of the civil rights movement. And I was telling brother Henry, he ended up in Louisville, Kentucky, and he was a part of the Louisville, I think it was Louisville 6 to Louisville 4, the Louisville 4, continuing the struggle for rights and freedoms. And that's so much a part of my existence, standing up for what's right. It's in my blood. Don't know how to explain it, but Daddy made it very, very clear that your end result was going to be a contribution to society and humanity as a result of your being here. That's part of my second half story.
And I wanted our audience and people to get the backdrop, because a lot of times we know the glory, but we don't know the story. Yes. The fact that you two are authors, I mean, that in itself says a lot, And to those young folk who are watching, you better know the story, and then you can understand the glory. So that's our reason for wanting you all to share. And if it created a little angst, and Brother Ebony, I cry on this show too, because it's real. Here on the 2-minute warning, we don't play, right? This is us, and we can be us, and we try to help us, right? And our viewers understand that. Now, I said all that, and we're going to get back to asking some questions, if y'all don't mind.
Getting into these books,
we're going to get into this. Okay, now, Brother Davis, okay, life example. how does public service and mentorship become more meaningful with age?
Excuse. Well, I was blessed to have parents, caring parents, that look at and taught me to love humanity, mankind. My mom was a seamstress. Dad worked until he got sick and couldn't work no more. But they always took care of the community that we lived in. The people would love to come over and eat, and they would have conversations. So I grew up knowing that. As a young lad, I did that. I remember at the age of 13, my first organization, black organization that I joined was the NAACP at 13. And we did community service. As elected official, like I said, I still come back and I would do things and I would bring youth with me. Show them, let them know that this is meaningful. As I mentor you, we also do community service. Goes hand in hand. And as we age, we should sit back as we age and they age, they're coming up, we teach them and show them, and they'll take on the responsibilities. Especially in the black community. We need to step up and step out. Show them the work. Do the work with them so they know they must pass it along the lines. So it's hand in hand for me. And it's hand in hand for any youth that I work with.
And I want to pose this question to both of you. What keeps you motivated to pour into young people after retirement? And I want to add to, how do we share our shortcomings in a way that motivates them? Not necessarily telling them everything, but being able to motivate them. Brother Jack, I want to start with you on that one.
Very well. Youth, children, anybody that knows anything about me knows that my heart is with the youth. I love, and for no other reason, because of my circumstances, the circumstances that I was born into, and part of my first half, if you will, and it took nothing but the Holy Spirit, God, to express and explain to me, because I wanted the two-parent household and on and on and on, the dream scenario, if you will. And God explained to me that had it been done the way that you wanted it to be done, you wouldn't be who you are now. And having been reared and groomed through the circumstances that I was thrust in and thrust upon me, if you will, it birthed in me, Brother Davis, a compassion for the youth. And so then when you get into the teachings of Jesus Christ and his view on children and how we shouldn't hinder the children from getting to him.
And then you bowling down his alley now, man. You see? Come on.
Pray for me if you will, but I like to think of our youth as our future. And we have to be careful. I share with anyone that's willing to receive it. It won't be about what you say, it'll be about what they see. I think we have taken and placed God on a stage and forgot to mention that the God that they seek is a God within them. And so we take them to a show every Sunday or whatever your religious belief causes you to gather. And we fail to remind our children that the you that you're seeking is in you. And I was sharing with somebody on just the other day, Brother Davis, that if you pick up your book, whatever your book is, and you haven't found yourself in your book, you need to start reading. Because I think we spend so much time, watch this, going to the show, looking at fault in the person that is on the stage, that is being identified as a lead character, if you will. When we were sent here as answers to another person's prayers. So I try and challenge you from the perspective of, it begins today, it begins with you. It begins with me. No longer will I wait. I begin now to say, because I know what I say, I am going to see because of the power that is with me. So I speak life to my every
Amen.
situation, not according to how I feel, but as it is written in God's will. And I try and share that with as many as will receive it.
Okay, very good. I want to back up to you, Brother Davis. Now, when a man looks into the mirror, and perhaps there's a moment where he doesn't see, he doesn't like what he sees. He doesn't like what he sees. How were you able to overcome that?
That's a good question.
I know it is. That's why I asked it now. I've been there.
You know, let me say this,
Mm-hmm.
and a little shortly, that's how the name the Ebony Prince came about. At 4 years old, I ran to, I had this teacher, and I just saw her for over 25 years in Marion, Alabama.
Wow.
I went down and saw her, yes, and she's in the 90s. She's in the 80s. And then I saw the woman who was a professor here in college, and she's in Montgomery, Alabama, retired in Montgomery, Alabama. And I just saw her, and she's in her 90s. So if a young person look at themselves in the mirror and don't like what they see, let me go back. I don't know if you all remember. You are of the age, but you remember in the Jet magazine, they had a little boy, black boy, looking in the mirror, and what the reflection was Superman, a white man. And then in the monologue, somewhere down along, it said like, no, that's not you. That's not you. And how could he change to become and looking like someone who he is? Well, one, you gotta observe and look at people and see how they living and acting. Okay, and you put yourself there. It's not an easy change, but you have to identify what you don't like about you and try to change that. Now, for me, God had to place me somewhere that I wasn't running around, and that's called prison. I had to see me, the true me. I mean, I like what I saw, but was it me? No, it was not me. So I needed to be sit down, calm down, to fall down just to get back up and to help someone else. By me going away was not for me. It was for someone else. It was for someone else. Remember, I tell you, I'm at 50 for turning 50. No way in the world. No, not me. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, you did. You did. Okay.
So we have our other co-host backstage, and we want to bring him in too and have him be a part of this conversation. I know he's been kind of listening in the backdrop, but none other than
Perry Buzz, and to give a little bit of history, Perry is an author as well, right? So okay, Buzz, you there?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Brother Davis and Brother Jackson, really appreciate the first words. I apologize for my late arrival. Was just doing some honeydews and trying to fight through traffic, and so I think we can all agree that a happy wife is a happy life, and so I just want to give testimony to that belief, and so we're going to enjoy the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Glad to have you with us, brother.
Okay. I do. And to be in all transparency, this is not our first meeting with the brothers on the show tonight. Our special guests. There's a personal connection here, right? And we've made a vow that whatever we can do to uplift, and that's what we're going to do. But now I want to get to the books. Okay, Brother Jackson, if you could if you could add another chapter to your book, what would that be?
If I could add another chapter to the book, it would be the courage to continue.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
The courage to continue.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Brother Davis.
You know, this is divine, because mine would be the courage to get up.
Mm.
The courage to get up. That's what is going through my mind.
Mm-hmm. And let's bring all this home. What's the title of our show? What's the theme of our show?
Mm-hmm.
Faith is in there. It's all and for our listening and viewers, please understand that no matter where you find yourself at in life, it's not over.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It's not
Absolutely.
You know, I think of Joseph as we talk about this story. Mm-hmm. But we do have a comment, and I do want to bring this up again. This is from Natasha Gordon at 842. She spoke about our kids craving for information. And I think it's important that everybody hears this. Our kids crave information, but they need more people like this panel to teach them the right way and provide them with the factual information they want. You can't blindside them. You can't lie to them. If they don't feel like you care, they won't have any interest in
none at all.
Absolutely.
While we're doing this, put your contact information in the chat. You know, and as we do this, we'll put your book covers up too. Now I wanna bring up another guest, and this is Lieutenant Ken Rowland.
His comment?
Yeah. Ken is a history maker in himself, right? One of the first Black lifeguards to be on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, as well as the number of people he has taught how to swim. That's his thing. So Lieutenant Ken Rowland says, I had my face reconstructed. Oh, Lord, I got to stop right now. God,
Well, no.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Ken was in a very serious accident, right? He almost died. He said, I had my face reconstructed. So I physically and mentally did not like what he saw. I had to accept the things I couldn't change and move towards taking steps to empower myself. Like having the courage to realize that faith without works is nothing. How can you relate to that, Brother David?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get
you.
You can hear me, I can't see you. Okay.
We hear you. Mm-hmm. Let's go with you, Brother Jackson.
Yes, sir.
What kind of encouragement can you give Ken in a situation like this?
Not to get we're more spiritual than carnal. In the book, I talk about knowing thyself, and in the acronym SELF, break it down: spirituality, enlightenment, love, and freedom. Once you gain a spiritual relationship, he lightens your load. Come unto me, all ye that are burdened and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Once he's lightened your load, then he releases you to love. And agape love is the ultimate love. Phileo love, we know a little bit about that. And ultimately, freedom. He whom the Son sets free is free indeed. But you must first, and I think our Brother Davis has touched upon it. The foundation to any of this is to understand that we aren't as we appear. Let me get out your way, bro Henry. You about to start, but it's a lot of dressed up folk but messed up folk. In other words, it's all about the outside. I heard somebody talk about Brother Davis. Somebody looks so good But if you cut the volume down and listen to them walking close, you can hear all the broken pieces as they're walking.
Ooh, yes, yes, yes.
So by way of encouragement, my brother, don't allow. Okay, Book of Eli, come here for a minute.
Come on.
There was a man who physically supposedly couldn't see. And he learned ultimately that it was never about his physically being able to see. It was about him spiritually being led. Y'all better leave me alone. Now, you know I'm coming.
I know.
Come on with it.
And when we learn to walk blind physically, walk by faith, not by sight, is when we really begin to see spiritually.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, Ebony. Come on.
Okay, I'm back. I apologize. I don't know what's going on, but thank you, Brother Jackson. Oh man, I love that. But let me say this. What I started to say is I know this is divine because I am once you're a lifeguard, always a lifeguard, never form, but I've been a lifeguard for over 35 years. And in that, I have saved 2 people from drowning out of my 35 years and taught a lot of people to swim. But I say that to say this. Although I'm an experienced lifeguard, I found myself drowning. I was drowning, holding on by thread. And I'm talking about a good swimmer now and a good lifeguard, but I was drowning. And I just needed God. So we step back and get out of ourselves, get out of our way. Like most times we're in our own way. We could do so much. We could do so much if we just listen. I like that analogy, looking at the good looking man and whatever. But if you listen to him walking, he's crackling. He's crackling.
Yeah.
He's crackling.
Yeah.
And in my book, I have, under divorce, I have a picture of a heart that's cracked, cut up. And the heart I put there is because the part in my, I'm sorry, I hope I'm going the right direction, but the part in my divorce part wasn't so much about my wife divorcing me. It's about me divorcing my past. It's about me divorcing my past. And all the physical scars you see on my body show that I live. And the scars I have in my heart show that I love. So that's what it was.
The more that is powerful.
Deep there.
That is very deep, brother.
Okay, so all right, we're in the second half now, right? So what does winning look like in the second half?
Go ahead, Brother Jackson.
Very well. Winning in the second half is per the individual. A win for someone who hasn't won in a long time could be something as simple as getting up and making your bed. And I think we began to, okay, here it is. I want to, for those that have tuned in, a public service announcement. You are released from people prison. Because we spend so much time trying to measure up to what's on the outside of us that we forget to build up and to acknowledge what's on the inside of us. And so your win in the second half is based on your perspective. But just know that you are a winner, and nobody gets to determine what your win is. Just keep winning. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Win at your position. And if you win at your position, Brother Henry wins at his. Brother Wright wins at his. Brother Busby, Brother Davis win at theirs. As a team, ultimately, we're going to start winning. But as long as I'm identifying the faults in Brother Henry and trying to please Brother Wright, I don't know when I won. Because I haven't taken the time to assess the man in the mirror.
Okay. Now before we go in, go ahead, Brother Davis. I'll be quiet.
Well, just real quick. He said it. Brother Jackson, you said it. The winning is on the onus of the individual. The second part is the onus. You have to win now. You got the information. Let's not develop and look on the people. Let's look on ourselves. Internalize your own. What you need to do to win. That's how you win. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, let's do this now because time is we almost at the top of the hour. I want to put up the book covers from everybody's book, but I also want to add a book to this, and it's from brother Ben Foster. You know, another brother who has a book in line to help educate young black boys. So as we do this, please put your chat information in, brother. But Ebony, we don't have your information in the chat, so please put that.
Yeah,
in.
I'm trying to have. That's what I'm trying to work
Okay,
this.
okay, that's okay. We gonna help you. We gonna make it do.
I think I got it.
Yeah. And this is what we truly need: telling our stories. We write the narratives. You know, somebody else may want to. Okay, as I'm talking, I'm gonna speak about the book that's on the screen. This is from Brother Ben Foster, and you know Ben Foster from the prayer call. This is Ben's book, Looking for Payoff: A New Schooling for African American Inner City Youth. In this, Ben goes into how we can actually not blame others, but find a way to bring those who are in the situation up. And you can find his book on Amazon. So all of our viewers, if you're looking, please go to Amazon and order this book. It's an easy read, and it has some great quotations in it. Okay. The other book, right here, and this is you, Brother Jack. This is Life in the Second Half. We win. Now, how do we get your book, Brother Jack? Is it on Amazon as well?
It is on Amazon. Anywhere books are sold. If it's not available, you can request that the vendor order it. But the book is available anywhere books are sold. Amazon, Kindle books. The book is available. And then we should be shortly coming out with an audio version. And then there's another book in the second half franchise that should be coming out real soon as well.
But I like that subtitle. No matter what happened yesterday, today. Go back to it. I'm sorry. Today is your second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And we've seen so many comebacks.
Oh yeah.
In the second.
We're gonna do this again because Brother Jack got something else. I'll tell you a little bit more about him too. He's a journalist and a podcast as well. Okay, here we go. The next book here, and this is you, Brother Davis. Now your book is coming out. It's next year. That correct?
Well, actually, in the fall. In
Okay,
the fall, it's just It's not. You can't order it yet, but in the fall, I'll say the end of September, October it should be out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
So there's life after politics.
Put that back up again one more time. Yes, and check
prison.
Isn't that something?
When you follow God's plan. Now that part it is so profound because again, we all out here in many instances we get caught up and think we got a plan.
Mm-hmm. And so Brother Jack, so how long have you had Brother Davis in counseling? And you I mean, because you got life after divorce. This is divine.
It is divine. It absolutely is divine.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say to the audience, this is not scripted.
No,
exactly.
Brother Roy Johnson said as much that he said you guys are going to be amazed when you start, compare to, apples to apples, if you will. And I'm just so excited. Again, I thank you all for the opportunity. But to others, you see Brother Davis, you hear my story, get the book, read all the books. I would encourage you to. But it is about not what you've been through. Don't couple yourself with your circumstances. I talk about three things in the book: accept, acknowledge, and then make the adjustment. Mm-hmm. And part of our problem is we're in denial. We want it to be packaged in a package that's pleasing to our understanding. But God made it very, very clear: lean not to thine own understanding, but in
Absolutely.
whatever you're going through, acknowledge me,
Yes.
and I'll show you the purpose for it. And here it is. As I conclude, there is purpose in your pain, and there's also power in your pain. And the minute you embrace your pain is the minute you receive your power. But until you are comfortable in your pain, you won't ever be comfortable with power.
Okay, let's go to you, Brother Perry. Are you open for comment, or are you taking this all in like the sponge?
Yeah, call me SpongeBob for right now.
Sponge Buzz.
Yeah.
And well
No,
received,
I've
man.
truly enjoyed this. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
if we will,
Because we wrap it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you gonna take do the rounds. I'm gonna let you do the rounds
Come
and
on,
then,
man.
then close us out, man.
You're gonna be leaving us for a minute, so you come
Yeah.
on.
Well, again, Brother Davis, I want to start with you, and you can definitely just kind of give us your last minute of what you'd like to close us out with, and then we'll go to Brother Jackson, and then we'll let our Brother Bobby close us out.
Thank you, brothers, so much. Brother Henry, Brother Wright, Brother Jackson, Brother Perry. I mean, really, thank you for allowing me to come on this show to share something that's dear to me. And although I'm a new, brandly new author and just finishing, I know it's not about me. This is a time if we can touch someone and guide someone and give them, show them the way. That's what it's all purposely here for. It's not about me, about I. It's about we and what we got to do. Not can do, but what we got to do. We're obligated to one another. We're obligated to work with our youth. With that, I thank you again. And brothers, I'm looking forward to dialoguing with you again. I yield.
Amen. Brother Jackson.
Yes, again, thank you all for the opportunity. Pray that something that we've shared and the listeners have heard this evening will not only inspire them but compel them to go and tell others. Get the book. The book was actually first published and released in 2017, I believe it was. But it's a timely book. It wasn't written for a period. It was inspired of God. I would simply say that again. No matter what you're going through, you aren't what you're going through. If you couple yourself with your circumstances, when your circumstances end, or the situation should end, who are you? You are going through what you're going through on purpose, and you ultimately will be purposeful as a result of what you're enduring. Life in the second half is just about that. No matter what happened yesterday, no matter what you are about to encounter, parents, especially with the academic climate, with all that's going on as it relates to education, to our youth, share the book with them, because again, it's not about what they are about to meet. I tell people that will receive it all the time. You're either going to be a thermostat or a thermometer, but we are change agents. And you
Yes.
can either announce what the change is or be the reason for the change. Welcome to Life in the Second Half.
Oh wow!
Thermostat.
Read Dr. Marion's point.
Yeah, I see 2 points. I want to go back to Sister Gordon, who said everything here is 100% truth. But I want to bring up Dr. Miriam Lisa, and she leaves us with a comment as well. She says, "I leave with the scars on my back shows that I survived. The scars in my heart shows that I love."
That's good.
Thanks, brothers. Yes.
Wow. Okay, and so I'll close us out. There's a purpose for each and every one of us. Had it not been, God would have never created us. There's a moment for all of us to be a part of. Had it not been, God would never have given us the time. So I want to say this. The second half as a new beginning from Jackson's sports life analogy. legacy through leadership, Davis's decades long of dedication to youth education and justice, overcoming burnout and regret, how to turn pain or mistakes into purpose. As the clock winds down, remember, the second half isn't the end. It's your defining chapter. Whether you're a faith-driven visionary like David K. Jackson, or a battle-tested community leader like Brother Anthony Eboney Davis, your story can still inspire, still heal, and still lead. The crowd may not remember the first half, but they damn sure will never forget how you finish. This is your second win, your 2-minute warning, and your time is now. Thank you so very much, brothers, for engaging us in this conversation. And thank you, our listening audience, for being a part of this. God bless you all.
God bless.